What's up, buds? Today we are going to be talking about White Reaper's fourth album, Asking for a Ride. Stick around and find out what we thought, our ratings, our reviews, our favorite songs. And Ash, let's get into it.
Let's do it, bud.
Let's do it. What's up, buds, and welcome to the new episode of the Earbuds Podcast, the podcast where two friends talk about one album for a certain amount of time. We are your hosts, Lucas Bozo Inderkovs, here with my co-host, my buddy, Ash Pink Slip Hanrahan. And today we are talking about White Reaper's newest album, their fourth studio album, called Asking for a Ride.
All right, now this band has been talked about in a lot of circles. We've gotten a lot of forums about it. A lot of reviewers have kind of put it on the vinyls.
Lots of requests. Lots of requests for us to talk about this album.
Lots of requests. Most Reapers, from my experience, have been darker colors, grays, blacks, things like that. So for a White Reaper to appear, it is quite an event, quite rare, and I'm excited to see what they bring to the table.
Yeah, I've been playing a lot of Witcher 3 and have been dealing with quite a few Reapers. So I'm excited to listen to this. This might be good Witcher 3 music.
Do you think it's going to have a lot of like tips and tutorials on kind of how to beat the Reapers? Or
I'm hoping the bridge of every song is like a quick tip on how to like get the right potion or something to defeat whatever the fucking aborted fetus demon is in Witcher 3. But have you ever heard White Reaper?
I haven't. No, not really.
Oh, like at all?
I'm looking it up on my streaming thing now, but as far as I know, I've not heard of them.
Well, shit. I actually like White Reaper a lot. I started listening to them a little while ago. The first time I heard them was at Alamo Drafthouse. They were doing one of those, like at the beginning of the movie. Before they get into the trailers, there's like an Alamo Drafthouse kind of
they
commercial.
show a lot of things. Just the commercial.
Yeah, like they're being like, look at all the cool movies we show and all the random shit we do and blah blah. And White Reaper was they were using a White Reaper song on one of them, and I was like, this is cool.
They have pretty impeccable music choice at the Alamo for whatever reason.
They do, man. They got good taste on pretty much everything. I for some reason thought that they were part of Burger Records. I don't know if you know of Burger Records, or I'm not even sure. I think they might be defunct at this point because some crazy shit went down. Not 100% sure, but I guess not. These guys are on Polyvinyl, and I think now they're on Elektra. Like they're on I think this might be their first major label release.
Oh shit.
So what we're going to be doing in this show is we're going to be doing a little track by track reaction. Unfortunately, if you're on YouTube, you're only going to get the review of this album and our rating and everything. But if you want to listen to our track-by-track reaction and actually hear the songs that we're listening to with us, just go to our Spotify. Look up Earbuds Podcast, and you can hear this version on Spotify. But for now, man, I think we should just get into it, man. The titular track is the opening track, Asking for a Ride. And to give you a little
what kind of band
expectation,
is White Reaper, dude?
Yeah, they're kind of, I would say, more garage rock than anything else. Like,
right.
Like I remember, everything I've heard by them, it's kind of same vein as Violent Soho and Fiddler and these kind of bratty white kids,
And do you suspect anything different on this album? Do you think they've been moving towards anything?
I haven't heard anything new that they've done since they joined Elektra. Being a major label, I don't know if they, back in the day when a band got on a major label, that was usually a bad sign. So I don't know what to expect in this. I'm hoping that they keep the same sort of bratty, snotty, punky attitude. And something I forgot, they actually did a cover of Sad But True by Metallica on that Metallica Blacklist record that came out.
The fucking 50
the
songs
96 song, yeah.
where everyone did Enter Sandman and fucking
Yes.
yeah.
They did a version of Sad But True, and I don't remember it. So
Well,
might not be a good thing.
right.
But yeah, man, let's just get into this.
Let's do this dang thing.
All right, asking for a ride.
All right.
Ready? Yeah, man. All right. So we just got done listening to "Asking for a Ride" by not the White Reaper, but just White Reaper.
A White Reaper.
Any White Reaper, they're fine. With however you want to call them. But yeah, we just got done listening to it. So let's get our final thoughts, man. Our review.
Yeah.
What we're gonna rate it. What our favorite songs were from it. And I'll go first with the review.
All right. Yeah, go for it.
I think overall it was a fun record. It was
Sure.
fun to listen to. It was definitely fun for big music fans like me and you to kind of hear all the different influences that they had going into it. Everything from like thrash to punk to kind of almost hardcore punk at times, like street
Sure.
and hardcore. Bedroom pop, 80s pop, like power pop, 70s glam rock, like almost Kiss sounding stuff
Yeah,
at
for
times,
sure.
like with Fog Machine.
Yeah.
Like it's just kind of it's just it was a really interesting album to listen to, and I'll get into the things I enjoyed the most. I thought the overall production was pretty great.
Yeah, though a little spotty.
A little spotty, but for the most part, pretty punchy. The bass, at least in my mix, the drums were really punchy and loud. I liked the distortion on the guitars. I liked whatever effect they had on the singer's voice for most of the album. That was this kind of like phaser type thing that especially like made me think about Turnstile specifically because of their utilization of that type of effect.
Exactly, yeah.
But like we said when we were listening to it track by track, it's kind of an inconsistent record in terms of like, what are you guys exactly trying to do here? Because the first half of the album seemed like you were mixing metal, punk, and power pop into this kind of cool Frankenstein's monster of a genre. And then the second half of the album was like, now let's go back to 50s and 60s pop music and try and incorporate like modern production and songwriting over that. And it just kind of felt like a side B-side thing where they were like, okay, we have 10 songs, 5 of them are fucking bangers and 5 of them are just really good stadium rock songs. How do we want to mix this in? And I kind of don't blame them for doing it the way they did. Like, I feel like if they went from Asking for a Ride to Crawl Space, it would be really confusing.
Sure, I feel like they could have mixed some more of the second half into the first half, though. I
feel like they needed to.
Yeah, it really seemed like, they wanted to split up the album into these two distinct moods.
Yeah, like what makes Pages a closer? Just that we play acoustic guitar in the beginning of it? Like, that song doesn't sound like a closer.
I mean, it does. It's got that do ga 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 kind of thing that you would have at like the end of a set at a bar or something.
They could have put Crawl Space at the end then.
Yeah, maybe.
It just definitely seemed imbalanced to me, and but overall I liked it. I thought a lot of the songs were really good. I liked especially like we said, the first half of the album. Like Bozo was really fun. Getting Into Trouble with the Boss, Funny Farm.
Yeah.
And then in the second half, my favorites were probably like Pink Slip and Crawl Space. I would say were my two favorites there at the end. But overall, it's almost like I'd like one half way more than the other half, and it's almost like I would, if I didn't have to listen to Pink Slip all the way through Pages, I don't think I would. Like, I don't think I would go back and listen to those songs again.
Yeah, and maybe that's what they were trying to do. They were like, I don't know, if you're this kind of person, you'll like the first half. If you're this kind of person, you'll like the second half.
Yeah, they're like, hey, we're gonna piss off every person in our audience at one point or another on this album, or like annoy them. I don't think that's what they were going for. But with that said, I mean, I just because it's like almost 50-50 for me, I can't give this a 5 like or below. I feel like this needs to be, you know, 0 from 0 through 10. My rating for this would be, I would say, a 6.
Sure. That's about where I'm gonna put it. I was really excited at the start when we kept getting these different blends of genres and these different influences and very fun sounds, very fun live songs, and then it kind of, I don't know, it kind of strayed into this static mood at this second half.
Yeah, for sure.
And it was all,
And not a static X mood. It was just a static mood. If it was a static X mood, psh, girl,
that's the kind of mood you're looking to be in.
I'd be spiking my fucking hair all the way up and like my pubes.
Yeah.
You ever put gel on your pubes?
You know?
You ever gelled those pubes?
Every day.
Oh, every
That's
day.
how my daddy taught me.
That's dedication. Damn, you have a cool dad.
I know.
Cool dad move. Showing your kid to gel his pubes, their pubes.
Parents, be there for your kids. Tell them to gel their pubes.
Yeah, come on, look out for them. If not gel, at least like, you know, shave them into flames or something.
Yeah, or like the Batman symbol, something.
Oh, I like that.
The musicianship was good on the album. I like the drummer. He didn't have many moments of standing out, but the ones he did, like on the chorus of Bozo with that interesting tom part.
Yeah, the drummer has some really cool fills on this album.
Yeah, that outro of
Thorn.
Was it Thorn? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I could tell he had some good technique. The bassist was good. The guitars were probably my favorite part of the whole album.
Yeah,
the singer
agreed.
didn't really have much range.
No, that's and maybe that's something that we didn't call out specifically, or we didn't notice that's why this album started kind of dropping halfway through. But I started his lack of range started to become a lot more apparent in the second half of the album.
Both like in pitch and in tone.
In delivery, yeah.
It seems like it's mostly in the same key. He has a lyricist is very interesting. It's kind of lyrics that you can't really wrap your head around. Kind of all over the place.
That's my kind of lyricism.
But
on a rock album.
Like pretty much every vocal delivery was about the same, save a different effect on the vocals or another.
Right.
And I wonder how many people are gonna like which half over which,
Yeah, I'm curious.
I feel like it's a pretty hard line in the sand there between Funny Farm and Pink Slip.
Yeah, I think you're right, man. A side, B side, they're so different from each other.
That being said, I think I liked the whole first side, all for different reasons. I think my favorites on the second half of the album were probably Pink Slip and Pages.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to give this one kind of around the same rating as you. Like, honestly, I'll probably just give it a 6 as well.
Yeah.
So I don't think I enjoyed it more than you.
I hope not.
Or anything like that. But let's get into some of our favorite songs on the album, the 2 songs we pick as the penultimate songs of the album.
I don't think that word means what you think it means.
Penultimate.
Our choice snugs are 2 favorite songs.
Both of the penultimate songs.
No. Do you want to go first, man? Tell me what one of your favorite songs is.
Yeah, I'll go first. So,
yeah, all right.
My first favorite song on the album is gonna be Bozo.
Okay.
I thought it had a cool riff on it. I thought it was really catchy. I loved the chorus on it. Kind of bringing us into that studio production from the first song.
Yeah.
Asking for a ride was a cool way to transition, I think, into the rest of the album. Nice.
I don't want to throw out any accusations, but I feel like Bozo was they heard Glow On and they were just like, oh, dude, we got to write a song that sounds like something from Glow On.
Whatever, you know?
No, I'm not. It's good. I like the combination of the sort of hardcore punk energy and attitude with this kind of more very atmospheric like guitar parts that are just like so reverbed, and the vocals are so reverbed that it just kind of gives it this whole new feel to it.
Yeah.
That you don't normally hear with this type of like kind of aggressive rock music. And I dug it. I like Bozo. That's up there as one of my favorites.
What's one of your favorites?
I gotta go with the opener, man, Asking for a Ride.
Yeah.
That was such an unexpected start to this album, and it stuck with me the whole listening session.
Very punky, very snotty.
Dude, that riff, it's like so simple, and it's so awesome. And Bozo is such a great follow-up to that song. Like very similar, again, like the combination of these vocals that are just weirdly ethereal is not the right word for it, but they're adding this like reverb phaser thing to it that just makes the vocals sound like so out of place, but in the best way.
I think so as well. It's not even 1 degree from just being a Metallica song from one of the first couple albums, you know?
It really isn't, dude. That fucking you're just like, what is happening on this? Like, you guys are supposed to be garage rock, like power pop.
Yeah, and then like a lot of solos on this album.
Yeah, great solos.
You know, it's like some
great solos
some
on this
very
album.
cheesy ones, but cool solos nonetheless.
How do you write a non-cheesy solo?
These days, who knows?
I guess Eddie Van
Who
Halen's
fucking
like one of the
knows?
only people that didn't write a cheesy solo. Even though his is so like gimmicky, his solos are so gimmicky, but they're fucking awesome.
I mean, I can't hear the like finger tapping anymore.
Without thinking of him.
Yeah, and without just thinking like, oh my god, okay, we're doing this.
Yeah, I know. It is like one of those like it's cheesy for everyone now.
I'm gonna get on my second nug.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure I know what yours is.
Good luck.
Yeah, it's gonna be tough.
Can I guess what your second one is?
Yeah, sure.
Fog Machine.
You got it. You got it, bud.
How did I know?
I like
How
that
did I know?
swingy feel. It's rock.
You know, that's the band's. They said that's their favorite song to play live from this album.
I can see that.
I could totally see that.
Yeah, it's very energetic. First thing I thought of was Molly Hatchet. It's just kind of cheesy, but in a way that I can get behind.
Yeah, man, it's definitely very fun. It was just one that when it started, we're just like, what is happening on this album? Like, this is all over the place, and it's very power pop mixed with like 70s Kiss, Thin Lizzy blues riffs, and it's
That's right.
super fun, very catchy. They introduced the synth on this song, which I thought was a great addition to like the mix to really bring it back to like a specific era,
Yeah, right.
you know. And apparently I think it's the last song they wrote for the album. It's just one of those that they're just like they were playing it together and they're just like, man, this is so fucking cool. And they finally just like figure, you know, they put it all together and they recorded it and now it's their favorite song on the record.
Yeah, dude. Yeah.
It's good, man. It's fun. It does a great combination of like we said, like all those different generational influences, and it combines them in a really sensical way. It's not as like ham-fisted as Crawl Space was.
Yeah, right.
But yeah, super fun song.
All right, and let's talk about Funny Farm.
You fucking, yeah, you know me too well also. You must have told from my reaction after we listened to it.
I was like,
dude,
yeah.
this is like, it's so like kind of heavy Funny Farm was, but it reminded me of like the heavy metal kind of stuff that Sum 41 was playing there for a while.
Yeah?
You know, like on Chuck.
Sure.
And
yeah.
Does This Look Infected, where they start kind of incorporating more of that like 80s metal
yeah.
into their shit. And it's just, Funny Farm just hits so hard. And I was just picturing them playing it on a huge stage in a stadium with like when he's screaming like 45, 45, just like, oh my god, that would hit so hard live, dude. So that's a fucking banger.
It kind of reminded me of Death from Above 1979.
Yeah, I could totally hear that. Like if you didn't have any guitar and it was just a distorted bass playing this is a Death from Above song.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's I think it's the shortest song on the album too. I fucking love it.
It's a great fucking song. It was very contentious for second place.
Yeah, another great riff on it too. Like that
Yeah.
Great solo. Yeah, man. It just kind of brought everything. It brought everything we needed. And it might be it almost feels like now that we've heard the whole album and we feel like we've dissected like why these songs are where they are. It almost feels like a send off of the A side of the record. They're just like, all right, see you later. Like, you're not going to see us again for the rest of the record.
Yeah, it's like, all right, now we got all the other stuff.
They're like, we're tired.
We're gonna take a break.
We're pretty tired. All right, man. Well, hey, we did it.
We did it, man. We're through. Thank you all for listening to this episode.
Yeah, that was White Reaper with Asking for a Ride, man. Go check it out.
If you're on YouTube, we have little 30-second to full-length breaks between songs and our immediate reactions. If you're on Spotify, we have a very shortened version of this episode where we just kind of get our general thoughts.
Yeah, so you got that backwards, but it's okay.
I got it right.
No, not even
No,
close.
if you're on Spotify, check out the YouTube version because that has sorry, I should have clarified that was the fucking context.
It sounded like you were saying on Spotify we have it like this and on YouTube we have it like that. No, yeah. If you're listening to the audio of this, you can see our big dumb faces on YouTube. Just talk about our reviews and our ratings at the end. But if you're watching our big dumb faces on YouTube right now, you can actually go to Spotify and hear these songs and listen to our reactions immediately after, throughout the whole album. You'll get instant commentary. Everyone loves things instant now. Let us do it for you instantly. Go to our Instagram at EBPcast. Follow us on YouTube. Rate and review our podcast. Tell us what albums you guys want us to talk about. We have 100 and something other episodes. Go listen to those.
In all different formats and
all different
audio qualities.
Yep, we've been figuring it out for 2 years.
Still not done.
Still not done. I've been loving the journey. We have chit chats where we go talk about this very specific music topics. Go check those out. Let us know what you guys want us to cover on our chit chats too. And yeah, man, keep your eye out for new episodes coming out every single week.
Yes, sir.
Ash,
yes, sir.
I think this was 6.6 out of 10 good.
This was half good.
It was a little more than half good. Come on.
It was 5 point. No, I'm gonna give it a 6.
Okay, you almost had me there. All right, bye.
Bye.